Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, hello. Okay, my earbuds aren't connected, so give me a second. All right, perfect. Good morning. All right, yay. All right, well, welcome to Fat Yogi Flow. So I encourage you to turn your camera on, but you do not have to. Hello, hello, welcome. All right, so let's begin seated. So if you have something to sit on, like a blanket, bolster, something like that, go ahead and do that. I may get up a few times during the first segment just because people like to come in at different times, and that's fine. So find your seat, get comfy, cross your legs, or maybe even extend one or both. So hopefully y'all had a good weekend and you're ready to start your week off strong. So once you find that comfortable seat, let's bring our hands to our knees, shoulders away from ears, and just kind of wiggle the torso and check into the body as we close our eyes, and or maybe even just have a super soft gaze, like one of those magic eye posters from the 90s. I could never see them, but just having like that really blurry vision. You can try it even just to see how you like it. Some people prefer that. So let's just kind of tap into it. Take a deep inhale here. Open mouth, exhale. Let it all go. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. So as we check into our bodies here, we find seated position and just kind of wiggle and check in. So wiggle the toes, wiggle your muscles in your legs. See where you're holding any tension. You might feel like zero tension, and then you get to a spot and you're like, whoa, what's that? So as we sit here and close our eyes and just kind of tap into the breath, let's focus on the intention of being connected. That was last week's, being present. So being present. So let's find a comfortable seat and shoulders away from ears. And be really present in your body. So finding the breath. And so like we can begin to seal our lips and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Finding that ujjayi breath. And then begin to lengthen the breath. So finding a count of 4, 5, or 6 on the inhale, and then 4, 5, or 6 on the exhale. So we can do a few rounds together just to kind of find a version of it, and then we'll go off on our own. So take a deep inhale here, in through the nose, out through the nose, and then inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Alexa off. My Alexa is, I can't say her name. I must have said something that like perked her. All right, so tap into the breath. Find that ujjayi breath that feels right. It might be 4, it might be 5, it might be 6. So tap into it. We'll take a couple of rounds on our own here. As we flow through the breath this morning, that intention that I said earlier, being present. So taking the time to be present. I feel like we just spend so much time like maybe not being as present as we want. And there's little signs and things that pop up for you. Like if you notice yourself like wiggling your foot, you're maybe checking out, or maybe you're just kind of like scrolling through your phone like constantly, or maybe you aren't listening to whoever's speaking to you. Sometimes it becomes hard to do those things. And over the weekend, I had the pleasure of seeing a friend I haven't seen in a long time. And the entire time I had no phone, no nothing, and just was so nice to like be completely present with this person. And it was a person who also kind of like had that same vibe. And at the end of it, my soul felt so good. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like I needed this. And I just made me think about like how like not present I am all the time. So like today, let's just take the time to be present in our bodies as we move and flow, and really think about like what muscles we're moving, like how it feels, and just really taking the time to inhale and exhale, feeling the breath move through you, feeling yourself like calm down. And if you lose the breath or need to tap back into it, like you can always do that. You can always find rest here in like seated pose or child's or any version. But as we inhale, we can be thinking I am, and then exhale, present. So there's the intention for today, just to find your presence. So we'll just be here for another couple of breaths, tapping into that feeling of ujjayi, so this pranayama, this life force breath that basically is a paced breath. Should sound kind of like an ocean wave in the back of your throat. On that next exhale, bring your right ear to right shoulder, and let's stretch out the left side. So left ear, left shoulder gets a nice stretch. And you can keep your eyes closed here. You can take your left hand and bring it to the mat or even behind you, so the top of the hand comes to the base of the spine. Allow that shoulder to kind of drop down to feel more of a stretch. That might be too tight, so you bring your hand back out to the side. So your Goldilocks, you pick what feels the best. So you pick your version. I actually like just keeping my hand in my lap. I feel like I get a good enough stretch and it feels awesome. And then you can just kind of gently lift and lower your chin, finding maybe a squeaky spot you didn't know you had. On that next exhale, we come back to center. Take a deep inhale and then exhale, lower down your left ear to left shoulder, and then allow that stretch to happen on the other side. And then try the different hand placements. Try to do the same thing on this side, but both sides are different. So just listen to your body, be present. Take some deep inhales here. I started doing this version of the neck stretches, and I noticed in my own sleeping that my neck was like more stretched out. So I would wake up less days with like a kink in my neck. isn't that weird how simple little stretches like can affect even like sleeping? I didn't think that it would, but like I had read an article and I'm like, I'm gonna try it. Who knew? Go ahead and lift and lower your chin and just kind of find any other squeaky spots. I mean, we're so like holding tension all the time in our neck, so it makes sense, right? We don't take the time to like stretch it out the way it needs to be. Then on that next exhale, come back to center and bring your head back to center and allow yourself to just kind of find two circles, two neck circles all the way around, and then go into the opposite direction 2 full times. Just finding any little spot that we didn't get when we did the other stretching. And come back to center. Inhale, both arms come up. You can open your eyes or keep them closed here. And then exhale, we just reach forward and find a gentle forward fold. Chin can come to chest. And relax the shoulders. Take a deep inhale here, and maybe exhale, we fold a little bit more. On that next exhale, we come back up to center. Inhale, arms lift up, and then turn to the right. And then exhale, arms come down, left hand to right knee, right hand behind. We look behind or over our right shoulder. Inhale, we lift the chest. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. On that next exhale, we come back to center. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, we twist to the left and bring our hands all the way down. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Look over that left shoulder and take a deep inhale, and we lift the chest. Exhale, we twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And then come back to center, bring both hands behind and switch the direction of your legs. So if right foot was in front, have left foot in front. Inhale, both hands come up. Exhale, we reach forward and chin to chest. Find that same forward fold. Take a deep inhale, maybe lift up one more time, and then exhale, fold again, maybe a little deeper this time. You could even wiggle your shoulders and just like find some side stretches here. And then on that next inhale, rise all the way back up, and then let's find tabletop. So uncross your legs, find your tabletop, move your bolster out of the way or blanket, whatever you were using to sit down. Find your tabletop. So think about spreading those fingers onto the mat. Shoulders are over wrists and hips are over knees. So on the inhale, we let the belly drop and lift the chest and the booty sticks out. And then exhale, round the spine and find your cat. So shoulder stretch, tuck your pelvis. Inhale, we find cow. Exhale, we find cat. And just find some slow rhythmic movements here to the rhythm of your breath. Whatever feels good. You might even want to hang out in one of the poses, like, it feels really good to do cow, especially after doing some core work. It feels really good to do cat when you've like been sleeping wrong and your shoulders are super tight. So be wherever you need to be. On that next exhale, come back to center, plant your hands, tuck your toes, and option to lift up, but you can also lean back and do this version of down dog. So wherever you're at is good. So finding your down dog, plant your hands, lift up your hips, and find this version if you'd like. Tuck your chin, look to the back of your mat. Take a deep breath here, shoulders away from ears. You could also grab blocks and put blocks under your hands. And we'll just be here for one more breath. On that next exhale, we'll walk our feet all the way to the front and we'll find a forward fold. So if you were kneeling, just step up and find your fold. Bring your feet to the outer edges of the mat. You can bend your knees like this, allow your belly to hang, and then straighten your legs. So whatever version of your fold that you'd like to be in it. Chin to chest, look to the back of your mat. Take some deep breaths here. Focus on that intention of being present. Maybe lean to the left, lean to the right. Feel into your hips, like where do you feel it? Maybe even lean forward into your toes or lean back into your heels. And then bend your knees and slowly roll all the way up. Head comes up last, all the way to standing, and then shake it out. Take a deep inhale at the top. High five your neighbors because we are all working hard today. It's Fat Yogi Flow, and this is just the warm up. Let's circle the arms all the way to the top. Press our palms together. Exhale, we fold all the way back down. Inhale, we rise and we find our half lift. So booty sticks out, engage your core, relax your neck, make like an L shape. And then exhale, we fold all the way back down. And then inhale, we rise with strong back, strong arms, all the way back up to the top. Press our palms together and bring our palms to our heart center. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale. I am present. Inhale, circle arms all the way to the top. Press our palms together. Exhale, we fold all the way back down. Inhale, we rise and find our half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together. Exhale, we fold and go right back into it, all the way back down. Inhale, we rise and find our half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together and exhale, come back to center. Take some deep breaths here. So if you'd like to use blocks, set them up right now, and we'll go through a couple of sun A's. So whatever version of blocks you'd like to use, either on the side or all the way tall. Otherwise, you can just flow without blocks, either way. So set your feet onto the mat, feel grounded here, really grounded. And then inhale, circle arms all the way up to the top, press our palms together. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Maybe hands find blocks or the mat. Inhale, we rise and find our half lift. Exhale, we plant our hands on blocks or mat and step our feet to the back and find our plank. It might be on knees, it might be on toes. So lower down an inch and push yourself up. Engage your core here, and then allow your hips to just come forward. So this is one version. And then allow your hips to come back. So that's your up dog, and then here's your down dog. So press your toes into mat, and then shoulders away from ears and relax your neck so you're looking to the back of the mat. Take a deep inhale here and exhale. Engage your core. Try to bend your knees a little bit. Allow your belly to hang and then like really stick your butt up in the air, finding that hinge. The goal here is to feel or to find that like natural curve to your spine. Press into your hands. On that next exhale, walk your feet to the front of the mat. Find your halfway lift. And exhale, we fold all the way back down. Inhale, we rise, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together and exhale, come back to center. Take a sip of water if you'd like, or anything else that you need, grab it. Let's go again, and we'll do a different version of the up dog, down dog. So we'll go more full version. So inhale, circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together. Exhale, fold all the way back down. Inhale, we rise and find our half lift. Exhale, we fold, and you can use blocks or the mat. If you're using the mat, lean all your weight into the hands and then step your feet back. Get a little bit of better leverage here. You can take your plank for your knees or your toes, lower down halfway, and then push up as our hips come forward, finding your upward facing dog. Bend your knees, shift your hips back, press into your hands, and then lift your hips to find downward facing dog. Keeping in mind, you can always keep knees down. Both are good. Both are worthy of being called down dog. Relax your neck, feel into the breath. On the next exhale, begin to walk your feet all the way to the front of the mat. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise and circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together and come back to center. Take a deep inhale here. And exhale. All right. Inhale, circle arms all the way up to the top. Exhale, forward fold all the way back down. Inhale, we rise and find our half lift. Exhale, we plant our feet, step our feet to the back, find our plank, lower down an inch or all the way, halfway. Inhale, we scoop up and find our upward facing dog. Exhale, we shift our hips back, press into our toes, and then lift our hips and find our downward facing dog. Take some deep breaths here. Engage your core, stick your booty out, press into those hands, grip into the mat. Plant your left foot to the middle of the mat, right foot comes up, so three-legged dog here. Think about your hip height. The tendency is to open up that right hip, try to keep it down so it's the same height as the left. Flex that right foot, bend the knee into the chest, and then set it down. You can set your back knee down, and then move that right foot to the front. And now lift up off the back knee, finding your crescent. So engage your core here as we lift all the way. Hips sink down, and let's focus on the legs. So hands can be on hips. Engage your core, engage your butt, engage your pelvic floor. I don't know what music is playing right now. All of my devices are against me. I'm like, be quiet, and they just want to keep playing music. All right, well, dig your toes in. Feel strong in the pose. Press into all four corners of your feet, and then you add your arms. Strong arms. Reach up, spread your fingers. Think about forearms on, biceps, triceps. Everything is on and shoulders are away from ears. Engage your core here, squeeze your bum. On the next exhale, bring your hands all the way back down. Set down your back knee and swing around that right foot. And let's cycle through a vinyasa here. So pick your chaturanga. Lower down an inch, halfway or all the way. Inhale, we upward facing dog. Exhale, we shift our hips back and then lift our hips and find our downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale here. Bend your knees, really stick your booty out here. Press into all four corners of your mat. Take your right foot to the middle, left foot comes up, finding that three-legged dog. Bend your knee, shift your weight forward, and then set your foot down. Take your back knee down, left foot moves to the front, and then lift off your back knee. And find your crescent. So engage your core here. Plant those feet into the ground, strong base. Engage your core. It's almost like your legs are scissoring together. So bring in tension there, be present. Engage your core, squeeze your bum. Everything is squeezing. Add your arms. Spread your fingers, arms are on. Alexa, off. It only takes so much. It's like we're competing. Spread your fingers, biceps, triceps, everything is on. Exhale, bring your hands all the way down. Set your knee down and then swing around your left leg. Find your vinyasa. So lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, we go upward facing dog. Exhale, sink back and find your child's pose. Take some deep breaths here. You can also take a sip of water or do whatever else you need. Maybe you need your chest, your head above your chest. You can always take hero's pose or tabletop or anything else. Just find your breath. And then when you're ready, go ahead and plant your hands onto the mat, tuck your toes, lift your hips and find your downward facing dog. Take your left foot to the middle of the mat, and then right leg comes up, finding your three-legged. So your toes are pointing down, your leg is raised. You could also be taking this on your knees. Totally awesome to be taking this on your knees. Either way is good. And then swing your leg through, set it down, find your crescent. So allow that back knee to come down. Right foot moves to the front and lift up off your back knee. You can also stay on your back knee. You don't have to lift up. So let's settle here. Find that crescent pose, feeling good and strong in it. So squeeze your bum, squeeze everything. Add your arms. Feel super strong here. Take a deep breath. Engage your core, lift your chest, shoulders away from ears. And then take your hands to your hips and allow this left foot to come down and your arms can open up to warrior two. So think about your hips getting aligned and then adding the arms. So squeezing your shoulders together, fingers are spread. Think about your whole arm like turning on here. Really focusing on the strength that's in this posture. It doesn't look like we're doing much, but we're like, everything is on. Your butt, your pelvic floor, your core, like squeeze those thighs to bone, like everything is working. Settle. And then take a deep inhale, allow your left hand to come down, your right leg to straighten, and then right arm to come up and over, finding reverse warrior. Ah, sweet. Exhale, warrior two. And then slowly turn your torso. You can bring hands to hips. Find your crescent. Back to the front. And you can take your arms up and then exhale. Reach them all the way to the mat. Set your back knee down. Swing around the right foot. And then find your vinyasa. So lower down an inch or all the way. Inhale, we upward facing dog. Exhale, we downward facing dog. So for this one, I'll do it on my knees. I'll do this one on my knees. Oh, Lordy. So you can see the version. Take your right foot to the middle of the mat. Left foot extends for three-legged dog. Take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, we swing the leg through. I like to just push myself up and then set my left foot to the front. And maybe we set our back knee down and then begin to lift up off the back knee and find your crescent. So however you get there is perfect. So taking a deep breath here, adding your arms, thinking about your legs scissoring together, like turn them on, press into the mat. Everything should be engaged. You should be dripping sweat. Engage your core here. You don't have to do a lot of big grand movements to like be focused on your body working hard. Spread your fingers and think about forearms on, biceps, triceps, everything is on. This pose is a full body workout. Take a deep inhale here. Bring your hands to your hips and set that back heel down and open up to warrior two. Think about where your hands are at and adjust your hips. Your right hip might be a little bit higher, so mine is. I'll adjust and then get deeper in my lunge, and then I'll add my arms. My chest is lifted, my core is engaged, my bum is squeezing, my feet are digging into the mat. Fingers are spread, biceps, triceps, everything is on. Look over that middle left hand. Take a deep breath here. Right hand comes down. Inhale, we rise up, finding our reverse warrior. And then exhale, we go back to warrior two. Feel strong here. Hands can come to hips. And then rotate this back leg slowly. Find your crescent. Do it with intention so you don't fall. Engage your core. Squeeze everything. Add your arms. And then exhale, bring your hands all the way down to the mat. Set your back knee down. Swing around your left leg. And then cycle through your vinyasa. So exhale, we lower for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, let's go child's pose again. Taking some deep breaths here. Hands can extend. You can also do hero's pose or whatever pose feels like the best for you in this moment. Catch your breath. Let yourself really feel that breath starting to slow down. So slow it down by taking a deep inhale and then a deep exhale. Really start to slow it down. Deep inhale and a deep exhale. This yoga breathing is like, it's like magic. It's like medicine. And it's such an amazing tool. Like if you're stressed, if you're overwhelmed, if you want to relax, whatever it is, like you can always tap into it. It's kind of cool. And it's something your body actually needs at from time to time, because we spend so much time shallow breathing. All right, let's extend our arms, plant them into the mat, tuck our toes, lift our hips, and find our downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Take our left foot to the middle of the mat, right foot comes up, finding our three-legged dog. Again, you could do this on your knee. And then swing it through, set your right foot down, set that back knee down, move your front foot to the front, and find your crescent. Feel strong in your crescent. Start with your legs, really focus here. Add your arms, feel super strong. Spread your fingers. You bring your hands to your hips and then open up to warrior two so you know where we're going. Feel strong here, arms come up. Take a deep inhale, engage that core, squeeze that bum, everything is on. You got it. Inhale, we go reverse warrior, straighten the leg, and then exhale warrior two, and then bend the right arm at the elbow, like you're checking your time, like what time is it? And then shift your torso, find extended side angle. So light touch on the forearm. If you can reach to the mat, go for it. But I like it here, up here, because my chest is more open. My arms are more aligned. I like this. So think about your toes pressing into the mat here. Your leg is on fire, I know. You got this. On that next inhale, we come up, reverse warrior. Straighten the leg, sweet relief. Exhale, warrior two. Hands to hips. Like turn your torso slowly and find your crescent. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Set your back knee down. Swing around your right leg. And then we cycle through our vinyasa. So chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. So this one I'll do on my knees. Take some deep inhales here. Feel into the posture. And then press into the hands, tuck our toes and lift our hips and find our downward facing. Oh wait, we're here yet. And then take our right foot to the middle, left foot comes up. That's what happens when I'm like, try to do alternatives. Extend our left leg out and find three-legged dog. It's all good. It's 7 a.m. here. Well, I don't know what it is there. 7:37. You got this. And then swing your leg through. And then if you're standing, you can set your back knee down and then move your left foot to the front. And then lift up off that back leg. Find your crescent. Hands come to hips. All right, let's be present here. Feel into your pose. Everything is squeezing. Thighs, you're scissoring. You're pressing into your feet. Engage your core, add your arms. Everything is strong here. You know how this should feel. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Adjust your right hip and sink into this lunge for warrior two. Feel strong here. Squeeze your bum, squeeze your core. Squeeze that core. Add your arms. Squeeze your fingers. The bones in your fingers should feel like muscles are working hard. Right hand down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Ah, sweet relief. Exhale, warrior two. And then bend at the left elbow. Shift your torso, find extended side angle. Take a deep inhale here. Press your feet into the mat. Feel strong into the pose. Engage your core, lift your chest. On that next exhale, we come back, find a reverse warrior. Oh, and then find your warrior two. Take your hands to your hips and then take your right foot, turn it towards the front, lift your heel, add your arms, and then exhale, hands come to the mat. Set your back knee down and swing around that left leg. Cycle through your vinyasa. Lower down for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then let's do child's pose one more time. So find your child's pose, whatever that is. My earbuds are like failing me, so just take some deep breaths here. Okay, I think I got it. All right, so you're in your child's pose. Should feel really good. Wiggle out whatever you need. Take some deep breaths here. Be present. Be present in your body, in your mind. What's coming up for you? On that next exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. This is your last down dog, so make it count. Shoulders away from ears, really squeeze your butt up into the air. Bend your knees slightly and find that relaxed spine. So the tendency is to round the spine like this in down dog. You really want to hinge at the hips and stick your booty up, pressing your chest down. Try to find it here. And then on that next exhale, begin to walk your feet to the front of the mat. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise and circle arms all the way up to the top. Press our palms together and come back to center. Hands to your heart center or off to the sides. Let's stand in mountain for just a few breaths. So palms out and then just bend your knees slightly, maybe tuck your pelvis, shoulders down and away. Take a deep inhale and exhale. And just let it sink in dang, I worked hard. Dang, I worked every single muscle I could. You could even close your eyes and just trust your body has you, or just have a soft gaze, either way. Should feel really good. Yoga bliss is like the best. All right, let's come all the way down to the mat and find our booties onto the mat. So finding that seated pose. I like to sit on a bolster, but you could, sit on your mat or sit on a blanket or pillows or whatever. So for this next one, extending our legs out in front and making it like a comfortable space. So not super wide, not super narrow, just comfortable. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, we reach chin to chest and just allow your shoulders to come forward and down. So everything just kind of is able to passively stretch. This is a great stretch like when you're watching TV at night and you want to like do something, but like not a full workout. Maybe you're even like scrolling. But like if you need like a moment where you need to like be present, this is a good stretch. Come back to it. And on that next inhale, we come all the way up. And then seated tree, so extend our right leg, left foot comes in. So finding this hip to be open, and then find a little gentle twist off to the right. And then come back to center. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, we reach, and maybe we find our ankle, shin, maybe the toes. Wherever you're at is perfect. Take a deep inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, we fold. And then on that next exhale, we lift all the way back up. And then extend our left leg out. Right leg comes in. Finding seated tree on the other side. Find that little semi-twist over to the left. And then come back to center. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, we reach. Finding this forward fold over here on this side. Take a deep inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, we fold. Just take some deep breaths here. And then on that next exhale, we come all the way back up and then bring both feet in and find our butterfly or Baddha Konasana. So here we can grab at our ankles and elbows go into knees, opening up the knees. If your knees are like in your chest right here, you can always bring your feet out a little bit. So either way is good. So take a deep inhale and then exhale, hinge forward and allow your chest to lead here. So relax your neck and look forward, not chin to chest. So we're trying to keep the spine hinging. Just let your hips open here. Should feel good after all those lunges. Put you through the ringer. So I love this version of yoga, Vinyasa yoga, but like my gentle classes are just like so perfect for like an opposite class. So they're super, super slow if you've ever taken them with me. And then on that next exhale, we rise all the way back up. And then let's find our backs. So come onto our backs, come off of our bolster or whatever we were sitting on. Bend our knees, bring our feet to the floor. And just allow our knees to just wiggle here, side to side like windshield wiper blades. And then come back to center, extend our right leg, left knee comes into chest. Grab the back of the left knee with the right hand and find supine twist. So extend our left arm off to the side. And take a deep inhale, maybe you rise up a little bit. Exhale, find a deeper twist. On that next exhale, we come back to center. Allow that left hip to come all the way back down to the mat. And then both feet come to the mat, lift up the hips and set yourself up for the other side. Extend your left leg, right knee comes into chest, grab behind the right knee with the left hand and help it all the way over to the left. Allow your right hand to come off to the side. Take a deep inhale, maybe lift up the knee. Exhale, find the twist. On that next exhale, go ahead and unroll yourself. Come all the way back down. Plant both feet onto the mat and then just lift up your hips and set them back down. Bring both of your knees into chest and just rock your knees back and forth, giving yourself a little bit of a massage here on your low back. Should feel good. Now, if there's anything that you need right here, go ahead and do it. So maybe it's a happy baby, a bridge, or something like that. You have 1 minute of like free yogi playtime to do whatever you'd like. And if you don't know, maybe just bring the soles of the feet to touch, allow your knees to open wide, and we can just sit in butterfly for a minute. So wherever you'd like to go, go there, be present. You're nice and warmed up, so you can really get deep into a back bend or inversion if you go there. So take your time. You have another 30 seconds here. And come back to center. And you can join us in that reclined butterfly. Or if there's a pose that you'd like to do for your Shavasana, that's like, this is my Rockstar Shavasana and this is where I want to go, find that. Your feet could extend to opposite corners of the mat. Your hands could come down by your sides. You could grab a bolster and place it underneath your knees. You know, there's lots of options here. So find the pose that works best for you for your Shavasana. And then let's take the time to just settle here. So wiggle fingers, flex muscles, relax. So go through your whole body once you find it and give all the muscles of the fingers and the hips and the chest and everything a wiggle. And then take a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Let your body be heavy here. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And then begin to clear your mind. So as things come up, things that you need to do, just label them later and like put them behind or in the corner. Like you will handle them as soon as you're done. This is your time. This is your Shavasana. If you need a focus, imagine your favorite color as a towel, just kind of wafting in the wind, drying on like a clothesline. And as we inhale and exhale, you can see the towel moving in the wind. And then just focus on letting go, relaxing your jaw, being present here. Relax your forehead, your ears, your shoulders. Let go. And we'll be in silence for about 4 minutes for your Shavasana. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Wiggle fingers and toes. Circle out wrists and ankles. Take both arms overhead for a full body stretch. Let it feel sweet. When you're ready, go ahead and roll off to one side and gently push yourself up, finding a comfortable seated pose. Look at all the sweat that's on your mat. Yes, it's the best. And then close your eyes and bring your hands to your heart center. Tuck your chin. And then just thank yourself for showing up today and being present and working so hard through the practice. Like, awesome, awesome, awesome job. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. The divine light inside of me honors the divine light inside of each and every one of you. Namaste. Yay, great, great, amazing job. High five your neighbor. That was a hard one. You all deserve it. Thank you so much for showing up for today's practice. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.